Welcome back, Shutterbugs, to more Fatal Frame 2, and we're going to start this video off by upgrading. Everybody likes an upgrade, right? Right? No? Well, I assume everybody wants an upgrade. It is going to take me a little bit to navigate this. This is my first time looking through this upgrade system on here. So, the way it works is those spirit orbs, you use them in order to upgrade. You place one there, now you can actually upgrade it. You still need points, though. It's actually pretty annoying. You can't just accumulate points like you could in the first game and then upgrade the basic functions. You have to put a spirit orb down there first, and then you can do it. It's pretty stupid, if you ask me. The good thing, and it's something that's actually going to be necessary in this game, is the special functions, which are lenses in this game. They're a little bit more easy to deal with. And we will see that at some point, but I don't know when. So right now I'm just navigating. I decided to upgrade the power. I don't have enough for the other one I put an orb on, which I believe is your spirit accumulation. Yeah, I decided to save in case something went horribly wrong, and it did. So I'm very glad I made that decision. I think that's your charge up. So every time you aim your camera at a ghost, you'll hear that sound that I talked about last video. You'll hear it again here. I think it's actually charging up. At least that's how it worked in the first game. I definitely liked the camera in this first game a lot better than this. It was a lot more clear on what I needed to do. But we'll make do. The lenses, which are special functions I was just talking about, we picked up the slow lens last video. It looks like they'll upgrade the same way as we upgrade the basic functions. Ha! Gotcha! In the first game you upgraded the special functions, kind of like you do the functions on this game where you used a spirit stone and then you used the spirit points to go ahead and upgrade them. However, you had limited use out of those special functions. In this game, they charge up based on some sort of spirit accumulation. I'm not really sure how that's going to work. Most of the enemies we're going to see in this video are pretty slow moving. They're not really that dangerous. I find them difficult to get a fatal frame on. Or apparently there's also something called a zero shot. I don't know what the fuck that is. Probably should read the instructions, but I don't really want to. But as you have your camera aimed... Oh right, this file I meant to pick up last video. Well, now we're getting it. As you have your camera aimed at a ghost, at least in the first game, it would build up power. And I think that's what it's doing here, and I think that function that I put the spirit orb, once we upgrade that to level 2, I think that's going to increase that. And I probably should have fast forwarded this, but oh well. I doubt we'll be making this track very much more in this game. So not that big of a deal. Have your Type 7 film equipped and get ready. I don't think you actually get points for that one, though. But it might be a trigger for something. You never know with this game what you can do to trigger something else. So it's always worth going ahead and doing whatever you can. And this will give us another file. I don't know what it says, so pause if you want to read it. And I apologize about the first one of these. I didn't realize it was going to be a one page and go that quickly. So hopefully you could rewind it and have time to pause it if you want to read that. You'd think they could have just had one document with 4 pages or 3 pages or however many instead of like multiple documents that are just one page. Not sure what's up with that. And now I really wish I'd fast forwarded this. Oh well. So now we are finally ready to leave this house. We've done everything that we can do here. It's time to move on, except we got one more thing to pick up. Might see that our little flashy thing on the ground? I think that's Mayu's charm. So I guess we're Miyu, okay. Mayu is the brat sister. And I think we got enough spirit orbs to upgrade that next upgrade. We're about to find out. Bear with me. We'll get there. We do. I think this function also plays a part in the special lenses as well, because whenever you use a special lens, it uses some sort of spirit power stuff. There's a gauge for that as well. I think it's in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen whenever you have the camera equipped. I don't know why it took me a while to think of the word camera, but whatever. Now we're basically just following Mayu where she went. I actually find it easier to remember that name than Miyu, so I don't know why they didn't reverse the names. Yeah, another hidden ghost there. I knew I wasn't going to catch that one. Apparently that one's really difficult to track down. I don't like that. But that's okay. We will make do. Most of this video is going to be running around. We will see a fairly decent sized portion of the village exterior.
Mayu!
You little twat! I used Type 7 film for that as well. The Crimson Butterfly. I use Type 7 film whenever I can in those situations. Swap back and let's move on. Well, crap. Yep, we got more ghosts. They will come in packs of 2 or 3. They're really slow moving. You're really better off just trying to kill them as quickly as you can rather than try to get fatal frames on them. And if you can, focus on one at a time. But they will try to flank you. You'll probably want to spend a fair portion of this game outside of this finder mode, just kind of running and moving around to get into good positions to fight things. I don't think I did that in the first game very often. It's been almost 2 years, but I don't think that's how I played that game. I probably should have done that more. But if you can get a fatal frame, it would be a lot more helpful. I don't know what the difference is between a fatal frame and a zero shot. Alright, they're dead. And now we can move on. There will be more combat in this video than in the last, though. So the first video, we got introduced to the characters, our situation, what we were going to be doing. Gathered a few items. Now we're going to grab a few more items. This video is going to be more getting from where we ended the last video to getting to where we're going to spend probably a fair portion of the game. I'm not really sure. We will be spending the entire game in this village, basically. But it seems like this is more of the preparation stage of the game than anything else. I don't know if that's another photo opportunity I didn't take. So I'm going to be annoyed. Let's just be like Mayu and follow him. And of course, all day, my allergies were actually doing okay. As soon as I go to record, now they start bothering me. And whenever they start bothering me and I have trouble breathing, then that means more shit I gotta edit out of my audio recording. It's really annoying. But a lot of this is just going to be basically us trying to get stuff to unlock that door we just saw. And then picking up... Oh, right, there's a hidden ghost here, and it took me a while to find it. That's why I do this fast forward mode here. There it is. I switched to Type 7 film, take the picture. I'm sure I said this in the last video, but Type 7 film is infinite. It's pretty much useless in a fight, but it's infinite, so I like to go with that whenever I can to save ammo. And we get some notes. We're going to get a lot of hidden ghosts, so hopefully get a lot of spirit points so that we can start upgrading our camera, because it is pretty underpowered at the moment. Although we are improving it. Don't judge me, but I've started watching Smallville recently. There are a lot of pretty people on that show. That Asian girl has to be one of the closest to Perfect 10 I've ever seen, but I have a major crush on the blonde chick. The show is so made of cheese, though. It's ridiculous. Yeah, and there's a little door there you can go through. Wonder what's in here.
Yae! What are you still doing here?
Who are you?
The ritual will begin soon. If that happens...
Pause this if you want to read it. Actually, a friendly ghost. We're going to call him Casper, even though that's not his name.
Yae! The ritual is about to start. Hurry!
And he will give us clues every now and again. If you're lost, you can come back here. At the moment, I don't think he'll mind if we take his picture. He will be mentioned in some files. I've seen a couple LPs of this game, so I know a little bit about who that guy is. I don't know his name exactly, but I know he was somehow involved in... Of course, it's Fatal Frame, so there's going to be a ritual. Yeah, you got to take this picture to trigger something else. That's what we're going to have to do to get the keys that we need, because there's 2 keys we need to unlock that door. And they're each hidden by some of those statues that have butterflies around them. And there are a number of those statues.
If you cannot find a way to leave the village, come and find me. I may be able to help.
Hidden throughout the village, so figuring out which ones you need to go to could be a bit interesting. Fortunately, they're both by save points. What was unfortunate for me while playing this is I did not realize that there was a save point in this village. That would have been very helpful. And I'll talk about that more when we find it. I ended up going back to that house we started this one right here. Yeah, I went back to save there. Which, at this point, was the most convenient. I didn't need to do it, actually, because we'll get another save point coming up. And I wanted to check to see how much ammo we're about to get. Looks like it's about 15 shots. So that's cool. I'm pretty alright with that. Now we gotta backtrack out over to these woods again. I do navigate this area a little bit better than I did the first video. Of course, we have a flashlight, which helps too. We will be walking around here for a fair portion of the video. There will be parts that will be fast forwarded though, so it should be a little better. Yeah, a ritual happened here. I don't know if we'll end up back here for a ritual at some point or what. But it's Fatal Frame, so you know that there's going to be a ritual of some sort. That's what we're going to mess with in a little bit. I would say if you're bad at taking pictures of quick ghosts, save your game here. There's a save point. Because we're going to grab another one of those hidden ghosts first. Come over here. I think you have to do something, and I don't know what you have to do. Whatever, something we did that should trigger in order to be able to get these files that we've been picking up. Yeah, get that. There's going to be a quick ghost. This one I was able to prepare for, actually. It did take me a few tries to get it, though, so I was glad I saved my game there. I don't know if that's an architect or a surveyor or a geologist. I forget who that is. I saved my game again because I accidentally stumbled into this, just exploring this area one time and was not happy. That would be our key. Head to the muse left. Right on screen. I went the wrong way. This is not where I should have gone. Yeah. I ended up redoing this fight and doing a whole lot better. If you run this way, there's only one of them. Two of them come to the left-hand side of the screen, and then one more on the other side. This is a situation where there are three of them. If you can get past that one on the right, you can get them all in front of you. And it makes this fight a lot easier. I redid this fight and managed to not take any damage. That didn't make the video because I figured I did well enough at this fight that it wasn't that big of a deal. As before, if you can, try to focus on one. If you can get multiples in a shot, which is something you can do, then go ahead and do that. I'm not that good at this game, so I'm just kind of doing the best I can here. Now that they're dead, they are going to leave us behind a little gift. Find it. Not that. Come on. Right over here by the save point. Yep, another spirit stone. And you know what that means. More upgrade goodness! But then I did replay that section and managed to go through that without taking any damage. So now we're going to explore a little bit. I don't think we have any enemies up this way. If you dilly-dally too long, you will come across enemies in this game, though. The Fatal Frame games do like the random ghost encounter whenever you're just kind of dicking around too long, which I think is kind of cool. This one seems forgiving enough to where you have time to look around and figure out what the hell you're doing, and if you're that lost, then, well, you probably need a ghost encounter just to break up the monotony. So over here is a weird looking tree. Kinda strange. I have the distinct impression we will be seeing that again. So I do have a little bit of trouble navigating this area. Shocking, right? There are a couple goodies over here in the graveyard. And I do want to pick those up. Goodie number 1. It's another stone that we will be able to listen to on our spirit radio. Not really that useful, but we're going to listen to that. And another spirit stone. So that's always nice to go ahead and grab. I'm not sure that I like the upgrade system in this game. Just seems like there's way too many things you have to do just to do one upgrade. And yeah, as you can tell, here's where I decided to fast forward. I didn't want to just cut straight to where we were going in case somebody needed some help trying to figure out where the hell to go. I think right here I was like, wait, what? Did I go the wrong way? But no, I was fine. It's all good. But I at least wanted to forward some of that to make that go a little bit more smoothly. Because these characters run so slowly. Jesus Christ. We haven't seen ladders in this game yet, but I'm sure that'll be a thing. Miku on the first game climbed ladders so slowly it was ridiculous. Yep, the spirits have awakened. We've already seen a couple of them in this village, so I don't know why they're just showing that now. That really should have been something that we saw when we first exited this room. I don't believe I actually went back and saved there. But there is a save point in this village off kind of towards where Mayu was going. Yeah, I'd be ready for this encounter. They're not too dangerous. Right now we have plenty of ammo, so it's not that big of a deal. You might could try using the Type 7 film on them just to save ammo, but right now you should have enough Type 14 film that you should be okay. It maxes out at 99 shots anyways. So I would say don't really worry about that because you shouldn't have that many shots. If you're good enough at the 0 shots and fatal frames, then you're probably not watching my video for help anyways. Either way, you should have plenty of film left in your camera right now to where you're not going to be running out of film anytime soon. So you should be okay with the Type 14 film. If the first game is any indication, these fights will become more complicated though. A lot more intense. But for the most part in this video, this is all we're going to see of these villager type enemies. Which is fine. I don't mind them. It's the teleporting ghost that I don't like. Shit just ain't right. I think now I go back and save. Maybe not, because I don't know where the hell I'm going now. I had a couple things I wanted to talk about throughout the week. And by the time I got to recording this, I forgot what they were. Oh, right, I know what I'm looking for now. Yeah, killing those gets us another one of these and another spirit stone. Right around where we got a hidden ghost earlier in this video. So we do see a fair portion of the village in this section. Yeah, I went to save there. Had I known there was going to be a save point up this way, I would not have bothered. I'll try to show it off as best I can. This is another path we gotta take, and this is where we'll find it. I think we're just passing it now. You can see it on our right hand bottom of the screen. And there is a save point over there. I wish I had known that because I would have used it, and I might have gotten an extra hidden ghost. Oh well. Come over here. Both of those keys are by the statues that are by save points. That one goes down really easily, which is nice. The other two have a lot more health. And they are very chilled out ghosts. They don't seem to really mess with you unless you fuck with them. So I don't know if I could have just walked away, but then they'd be back when we come back this way anyway. So either way, they would be in our way. So we kind of have to mess with them. They're just very slow and tedious. Now, once we get one of them with a shot, then he will start to come towards us. Which is good and bad. Bad because now we risk taking damage, but good because we can actually do this fight. And I don't know how I'm missing with some of these shots. You would think as long as the ghost is within this little circle we've got here, the charge up would be happening, but it doesn't all the time. We saw that ghost at the end of the last video that even if you have the camera pointed at her, the charge up thing wouldn't always come up. This dude has a lot more health. Ah, crap. That was my bad. Well, sort of. That was lucky. One, that I was able to turn and shoot him that quickly. Two, that I was able to actually get the opportunity to shoot him that quickly because this game seems really picky when it comes to aiming at ghosts, which I was just talking about. And three, that shot actually killed him because otherwise I would not have been having a good day. These ghosts might be easy enough to run around. I honestly don't know. They don't seem very aggressive. I don't want to take the chance. And I need the points. Yeah, you definitely need to be closer into ghosts to really do damage against them. Like, you can still shoot them from afar, but it's not as easy. I think the developers actually intentionally did that with this game because they didn't like that you could just pick them apart from afar, sometimes in the first game. But, I don't know, I found the first game challenging enough. I didn't think they needed to add that mechanic to fuck the player over even more. But, that's me. And I guess we're going to get an upgrade or do something. Or maybe I'm just putting a spirit stone down. I thought we were going to get another one for fighting those. But we're not. So I figured I might as well use one here. It's not that big of a deal because it is going to be our next upgrade. Looks like we're getting that now. Hopefully upgrading that range will help out with the problem I was having, missing shots. See, now if I had known about that save point, I could have gone and saved, and that would have given me a better chance of catching this next hidden ghost. Which, spoiler, I'm going to miss. I just said I need points, so that kind of sucks. Yep, more visions. I don't know if that was Mayu in that cutscene or who that was. Well, crap. I mean, I guess it could have been Miyu. They look the same to me. Not because they're Asian, it's because they're twins. At least that one went down pretty easily. And he went down pretty easily. Yeah, the sounds keep going on for a while afterwards. I can't tell when I'm done with the fight until they go away. I can see the ghosts go down, but I wasn't sure if there were going to be 2 or 3 of those ghosts there. I was looking for this file. And this is going to be the hidden ghost that I was talking about. And I even used Type 14 film so it would charge up quicker too. I don't like that whole charge thing. Yep. Should have given me credit for the fucking ghost, but nope. The little halo thing didn't show up. It showed up briefly, but of course the camera was charging. I don't like that. But oh well. And I was in debate whether or not to show this. I started walking away and I thought, you know what, fuck it, let's go ahead and show y'all. If we come this way, it's that tree again. And it looks like there's a passage or something that's going to open up in those roots. So we can go ahead and assume that's going to be a shortcut later on. But for now, we're going to go up these stairs. Like I was saying before, this is basically just our section of the game to kind of prepare for the game. We've had our intro, now we're just mostly going around getting some spirit points, grabbing some spirit orbs, grabbing some health items. We've got quite a few health items. I think we're up to about 16 herbal medicines, or we will be by the end of this video. And that's our second sacred water. Another ghost there. Mainly this way so we can upgrade our camera some, have some healing items. Basically just so that we can actually deal with what's going to happen after this video with the rest of the game. I think of this as more of the preparation stage of the game. I know I talked about this earlier, I just wasn't sure if I finished my thought or not, so I figured I would do that. Yeah. At least I got that ghost. Still grinds my gears. I missed that other one there. Oh well. I thought about going back and saving, but I didn't realize that there was that save point that I was talking about. I'll point it out again later. I'm sure I'll use it at some point during the game. So now let's go inside. This isn't going to be a major area right now. I don't know if we're going to come back here later, probably. But right now we're just going to come in here to collect items. This game loves these weird chimes. Over here, more herbal medicine. Sometimes when you grab those, you get 2 at a time, which is kind of cool. There's something to do with a mirror. I'm guessing since we can click on that and it shows us a little close-up, that's going to be a thing later on. And another stone mirror. And I'm going to have a random cut here before too long. There's something else I discovered walking around after I got done recording all this that I want to show, but we'll get there in a second. I have trouble navigating this area over here because I can't see my character. That kind of sucks. If we come here off to our right, Miyu's left. I guess no, it would still be her right if she's coming inside the place. Another sacred water. That's 3 sacred waters, so we're doing pretty good. Something to take a look at. You probably want to click on most everything because you never know what's going to trigger what in this game. I think we have a lot easier time getting out of here than I did getting in here. So I was dicking around and I found this. I came back in here, so I had to come back here again to record it just to show y'all. I think you trigger it by clicking on whatever it is I'm clicking on over here. And then you walk over here. And another ghost. I don't know if this is a special ghost or just one that... Because it seems like I only triggered him by clicking on whatever that was. And yeah, you're basically just going to see the highlights of this fight because it did not go so well for me. He seems to have a pretty long reach and can teleport. So I figured I'd come back and try to fight him. And then it didn't go so well, so I said fuck it. But I at least wanted to show it on camera that there's this ghost here. There were just a ton of times that I could not find that ghost. I think he used about 3 herbal medicines. Something like that. Whatever. No time to worry about that. It's time to leave. And I don't know about y'all, but I think it's time for another fast forward. How awesome would it be if these characters actually ran, maybe not quite this fast, but actually this fast would be pretty awesome. But at least something close to this. That save point is right there on the screen now. I'm passing by because I didn't see it. Right there. That would have saved my game there. It would have saved me some backtracking. But as they say, oh well. Now we got both keys. We can go through this door over here. You can see the video length. Part of that is because I am going to read or play off those spirit stones. That's going to be the last thing that happens in the video. So while the video will say something like 46 minutes long, it's actually probably more like 42 or 41. It's just if you want to hear what those spirit stones play out. It basically replaces the cassette tapes from the first game, which is kind of stupid. I much preferred the cassette tapes. Don't mind me, I just wanted to look at something over here. Ain't shit. Oh my Jesus. This ghost supposedly still isn't too difficult, but this fight is going to be edited. So we got a nice shot there. Now I can't fucking find her. That's basically my problem with these games. Is a lot of times I can't fucking find the enemies. Fortunately for me, she only took those 2 shots to kill. So I don't know if I unintentionally got a special shot there or what. She went down awfully quickly, even for the mode I'm playing on. For our troubles, we get another stone and another spirit stone. So that's pretty cool. We're basically just making our way to the next area. I wanted to be quiet as we were walking up on that bridge because I know there was a little bit of atmosphere I wanted y'all to hear. Be quick. That's valuable points we'll need. And there's a save point right over here, which I will eventually walk to. Come on, Miu. There it is. We're not quite done yet. There's another item in here that I want to go get. However, I was nice enough to increase the speed just to not waste as much time. I was basically going to just leave it at that, but then I realized that I looked around and saw another item over here, so I figured I might as well have that on this video, just so we don't have to do it next video. Another spirit stone should be very useful. And now we just need to leave. Well, next video we'll actually go explore that house over there. But for now, there's a save point, so we need to go hit that up. Save your game, I would definitely recommend that. And I also wanted to show off that I put this next spirit stone down. So that's all we're going to do for this video, except listen to these tapes, or stones, whatever. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all next time with more Fatal Frame 2.
Pass through a large gate, over a bridge, inside a big house. There are many dead. Upstairs, there are dolls. Ahead.
Where did you go? Without you, I...
It's cold. Can you bring it? The water keeps coming. It's dark. Darkness is coming. Dark. Dark. It's coming. Coming. Coming.
There is no time. Just one of them must suffice. Hurry, for the village. We must perform the ritual ourselves. Kill her. Kill her. Kill her.
Look for the twins. For the sake of the village. We must perform the ritual again. The Kosabi alone is not enough. Look, if they are not twins, there is no meaning